gonna get started here shortly, so try to grab a seat.
There's Brian. Sit on that bench, you guys.
There's nothing written for the welcome.
Let's go for it.
Back it up, bro. So, I want to welcome everybody. Thank you all for coming. Again, my dad would have been extremely proud of the turnout we have today. He loved everybody here. He loved all of you very much. So to take care of the little details first, there's going to be an after party at the Ponderosa, room 55. So make sure afterwards we're all going to go there. And then I'm going to go right into the invocation. Reverend Rafe Ellis is going to lead us off.
So I invite you to silently join me in whatever prayer tradition works for you. As I bring my attention and our attention fully present to what is already here, what was here before we came here, which is the presence of the One, the Infinite. This amazing source of love out of which all life is created, creating out of itself into exquisite individualized expressions of itself. That is all that we each are. That is all that my brother Chris ever was. And so we come together in this time to embrace the divine as Chris, in support of all those who loved him and who love him, in support of our human hearts as we embrace the missing of the physical with the absolute confidence that the essence, that the truth of Chris has gone nowhere, that it remains fully present in every fiber of our being. So that is what we invoke, that is what we bring into our consciousness and hold as we celebrate this amazing being of light. Grateful for this opportunity to be of service and to speak the truth. And I invite you, if any of this has resonated with you, to join me as we anchor it by saying, and so it is. Amen.
Amen. Beautiful. Thank you.
Gotcha.
So I have a reading here that my mom prepared, and I'm honored and happy to be able to read it for her. It is a happy outlook to feel that we are born of eternal day, and that the spiritual sun can never set upon the glory of the soul. And it is a happy thing to believe that no one need prepare to meet God. We are meeting God every day, and each hour of every day. We meet God in friendship and love, and in the silence of our own soul. And as the crowning event of our experience here, the soul takes its flight to meet God as host in the higher realms of a sublime and eternal reality. Not apart from, but one with God. For the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We go from this world into another, and that which is us, being immortal, being eternal, goes on, carrying with it everything that makes for the warmth and color and responsiveness of human personality. Just as when we enter this world, we were met by loving friends and tender care, so in the next we have every right to believe the same condition will attend us. We believe in the continuation of the personal life beyond the grave, in the continuity of the individual stream of consciousness, with the full recollection of itself and the ability to know and to make itself known. We wish to feel, when the experience of our physical death shall occur, that which we really will continue to live beyond the grave. The spiral of life is upward. Evolution carries us forward, not backward. Dr. Ernest Holmes in The Science of Mind. Now we'll go with the military honors.
Detail 10. Family members of those who wore a uniform in service of their country probably come the closest to understanding the love, the pride, the intensity that goes with wearing one's country's uniform. But nobody, until they serve themselves, however, can truly understand the comradeship experienced by our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. Today we're here to honor a comrade. Military honors will consist of the firing of 3 volleys, the playing of taps, the unfolding, refolding, and presentation of the flag. During the firing of the 3 volleys and the playing of taps, we would ask that you rise. If you are a veteran or if you are currently serving, you may render the proper hand salute. All others, place your right hand over your heart. I do warn you that the firing can be a little bit loud if you have sensitive ears, so feel free to put your fingers over your ears. Firing party commander, take charge. Order. You may be seated. Sharon, I present you with this flag as a token of appreciation for your husband's grateful service to this country and honor from the President of the United States and members of the armed forces. May the Lord comfort you in your time of need. And remember that we're always here for you, dear. Bless you.
From Grateful Nation.
This is my first time, so I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm supposed to pick him up or not.
Here they come. I just wanted to say that we had a celebration for his life yesterday, and my friend read my letter to my husband, and we put it in the urn, and we put a few other things in there as well. The kids put things in there, so that's pretty neat.
Very cool.
Look at that red bird.
With his hair.
Yeah. I'm gonna go right next to him. There's a spot for me.
Take your time.
Yeah, when it comes time, Mom, why don't you come take a knee?
What's that?
Do you want to come take a knee next to Jessica?
I might be too old. Is that where you do it that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, that way.
It's too big.
Big boy.
It's my cowboy hat. We did it. Here he is. And then you put more cement on it. He was a big guy. No, please. Please. He's very heavy. Back out again. Shenanigans. That's
Coming back to
Chris.
life.
Yeah, no, I'm not quite ready yet. Just pull me out. Oh my God.
So he's been doing this to us for about a month now.
Shenanigans.
You know, when we first went to get him cremated, you know, the crematorium said it's going to be about 5 to 7 days. So 7 days pass and I call. They go, oh, you know, it's going to be a couple more days. So 10 days pass and I call. And the guy I was talking to, his name is Trevor, Paul, Woodland Funeral Chapel. Very low Yelp review. He wasn't in, and the lady that answered the phone, she was an answering service, but I didn't realize she was an answering service. I said, well, where the F is my dad? She goes, I don't know where your dad is. I'm like, you know what? And and this was a Friday. She said, you know, you're gonna have to wait till Monday, till somebody comes back and they can tell you where he is. So we go the weekend. Now we're at 12, 13 days. And I call and Trevor doesn't answer. He's not around. And so 13 days goes by, 14 days. Finally, I get a hold of Trevor's boss. And she goes, oh, no, we have him. But the doctor messed up on his death certificate. So, and now we can't find the doctor. And we can't cremate him until the doctor signs it. I said, my dad, he just doesn't want to go. Where are you keeping him? What's he doing? And lo and behold, it normally takes people about 10 days to get cremated. It took him 21. So this is just par for the course for him.
Good pun on words.
Par for the course. You always got par, even if you got a 6.
Inside joke.
Yeah.
Okay, that should work. Okay.
Yeah, one more. We want to be sure.
Nothing was easy.
No, never is easy with this guy.
Always has been.
God, we should have had a full bar out there.
Right?
It was meant to be a short service.
Got a bar in the car.
I got through my day. Everybody's
Now
coming.
we're getting
All of a
serious.
sudden, the cowboy.
Naturally, he'd have us laughing at his very. Thank God. That's more like it.
We were thinking that.
Shenanigans, right?
That's what we were thinking of. Yay.
Like, come on, guys, lighten up.
It takes them 2 days to be married.
World War One.
You good? Here. I'm gonna. I'll lift them up. Yeah, I know. You could grab them by the ear.
It's gonna fit?
There we go.
Yay. Oh, honey, you are too much. Vapors.
I know, I'm just not. Thank
The shells.
You're right, it's going to flip right. We saw her. I know, she's going to Don't even right? Yeah.
I think I needed this.
Just a little update, we're 3/4 of the way there.
Where's that? Where Rob was? Over at the place for yeah.
Right now.
3 people.
Once the flower degrades, it's an empty space. They need to get out. I don't want that. It's less than 3 quarters.
We're going backwards.
Oh, I was never that good at math.
7 eighths. 7 eighths. Sharon's down there digging the concrete out.
Thing on top of her.
Don't count on the day.
We gotta use like Anderson's people. Somebody that
Huh? 7 eighths, yes. Yeah.
But that's what's nice. I just didn't see that. Oh, I saw. Yeah, I do too. Well,
No, I didn't mean it like that. I You'll see in the you'll see other explanations.
Thank you, gentlemen. Sure, man. Yeah. Cutting it close on the cement. We almost ran out. Thank you, sir. That's it. So at this moment, we're gonna have a a flower ceremony and a sharing ceremony. You're welcome to come up and say a few words. We ask that you don't put the flowers directly in the grave, but just set them to the side. At this time, if anybody wants to come up and grab a flower and say a word or just come up, you're welcome to. God bless you, Pops. Rest in peace.
My dear brother Chris, I will never, ever forget you. I will remember you in my heart and my soul in the heavens above.
God bless you, my brother.
My world is not the same without Chris in it. I miss you, buddy. I'd like to say something about Chris if I could, how he saved my life. Some of you guys know this story. Back on February 20th, 1981, I got out of jail in Orville, third time drunk driving. My wife couldn't come get me. She just had twins and a 5-year-old daughter as well. So I guess Chris had called her, asked him if he'd come get me. So I walked out of there. I was heading toward the freeway. Here comes Chris. Get in the car. Okay. So he helped me find my car. I still have that Olds. And that got impounded and he paid the impound fees. Had my dog with me. He got sent to the pound. He went and got the dog and paid the impound fees for the dog. Then we went to a coffee shop, had a cup of coffee. You know, Chris wasn't always real serious. We joked around the whole 46 years I know him. But he said to me, Patrick, you need to go to an AA meeting. I said, I'm not going to skid rope bum. I'm going to go to an AA meeting. Chris, come on. Patrick, you need to go to an AA meeting. So for Chris's sake, I decided I'd call him. And I'm standing out front there and smoking a cigarette, and every puff I'm another step away from the door. This guy comes out of nowhere, puts his arm around me and says, coming in, aren't you? Well, thanks to Chris, I'm still alive, and last month was my 37th year of sobriety. So I'm my life for that time. Set up that tea time, like I said, Chris. I'll be there sooner or later.
Another guy who saved our marriage.
My Chris story. And how Chris saved my life. He and the guys got together, forced me into a bachelor party before going to Sveadal to marry Terry. And I don't drink that well. I do okay if I'm at home or somewhere where I don't have to drive. But anyway, I had one too many. Oh, have another one, have another one. And I couldn't believe that they let me drive. And I was in my old Chevy Bel Air V8, gigantic Chevy, driving up the Skyway. I think this was before they made it 4 lanes. Maybe it wasn't, I can't remember, I'm old. But so I'm going up the Skyway, wobbling, and I got up towards the top, the big turn up there, and I was drifting off the road and was going off the side. Didn't even realize I was doing it. And Chris was behind me, following me up the hill. And all of a sudden he was right up on my tail, honking, honking, and then he bumped the bumper and I went, whoa! I jumped up and I went, whoa! And I pulled over into this pull-out, and I'm glad I made it. It's either the pull-over or down. And he gets out and he's laughing, hey dude, you gotta stay on the road. And he sat there with me for quite a while and he goes, okay, your finger or mine? And made me barf. And barf. And then, not kidding. And I'm just spinning, you know. And we sat there for quite a while and then he goes, oh, okay, I think you're about ready. Now, I'll be right behind you. And he got me home, and I couldn't believe it. And then the next day we were supposed to drive to Sveadal, and I remember my buddy Richard drove me there, and I was hanging out the window all the way. I was so sick still when I got to Sveadal the next day, but thanks, buddy, for saving my life and getting me to the church on time.
Well, I can't follow that. I'm making it. Okay,
You want to fire?
I got it. Rob and I met Chris 45 years ago, to my wedding, Sharon brought him, you know, so we just said hello. But after that, we became very, very close friends. And we got so close that I moved from Burlingame to Paradise, and we were so close. And Chris was such, we got close after Shane was born and before Haven was born. And Chris was such a family man. I'm not kidding. He took in his brother and his two sisters, Laura and Susan, and Mike. And I thought that was the most terrific thing anyone could ever do. It was incredible. He took them in. And then we had a terrible accident and John had died. And that kind of tore us all apart from here. Sharon and Chris couldn't live here anymore. And but I want to say thank you to Chris, because he was my son's uncle and their godfather, and he was father to them. And when I lost Rob 23 years ago to an illness, he tried as hard as he could to be a dad. And to my boys, it was hard because they were both teenagers at the time, and so that didn't go over great. We knew that he was trying as hard as he could, and so I want to say thank you.
No. If I fell in, he'd be laughing so hard right now. One of my favorite things was to try to piss Chris off all the time and get his goat, and then we'd just laugh and help each other. Loved him with all my heart, knew him. Sharon and I met when we were 7 months pregnant and had our boys 2 days apart. And we got very, very, you got me through motherhood. I would have never gotten through motherhood without you. And Mary Beth, you guys were like best friends up here. Always missed you when we left. Love you forever.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for everybody that shared. Reverend Rafe Ellis is going to lead us in the benediction. Reverend.
First, I'm going to perform a minor miracle. I'm going to say something shortly. For a minister, that's a miracle. Just watching and feeling, I encourage each of you, be in the now with whatever you're feeling. Whatever. Let it flow. Haven, Jessa, Sharon, we got you. We got you. This is the ending of a physical, yet it's the beginning of a process that has a life of its own. Be gentle with yourselves. Yesterday, I heard the word legacy. Look around. This is one of his legacies.
Yeah.
Keep it alive. Talk about him. Talk to one another. Comfy, dude? You've done moving around fine? Just checking. All right. And so as we bring this adventure, this phase, to a close. I recognize that the one that started it is still absolutely alive and navigating it. That freedom from the physical being truly releases Chris to be everywhere present in every moment. Look for him. Be with him. Commune with him. Because he is always, in all ways, fully present with you. As the divine, as the wind, as the rain, as everything you experience. He is freely in all of it now. Every bit of it. And so we just embrace that, we hold that, we celebrate that. And we honor this human process of grief as we hold that too. Because love is a both and love, never an either or love. And so in this moment I am grateful, so incredibly grateful to have known this amazing human being, to see the love that has been generated through him, as him, and to know that I am some small part of that and a huge benefactor of that. And so I release this physical being back to whence it came, knowing that he never actually left or went anywhere. Grateful for the love of creation, and grateful for the peace in that love, even in the storm. And so I release my word, which is the word of the one spoken through me, as me, by me. And simply say thank you for a life well lived as Chris. And invite you to join me as we anchor this together by saying, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Brother Rafe.
I love you.
You gotta stop kneading like this.
Right? Got that right.
Thanks, everybody. Come and have some food. Stop.
Ponderosa Gardens, room 55.
What is it?
Room 55 at the Ponderosa Gardens.
Ponderosa Gardens.
Thank you everybody for coming.
Mhm.